All right, so this collective reading is going to be about a clout chaser, someone who does anything for attention. They're fame hungry, desperate for followers, anything for a like. Now, I can already tell this is going to have to be somebody that you're close to, somebody that you know, somebody that you hang around. Whenever it says they'll do anything for attention and they'll do anything for a like, because they are desperate for followers, they're desperate for friends, they're desperate for anybody to give them some type of attention. And then it also says divine timing, patience required, trusting the process, perfect timing when it's meant to be. Okay, so this is somebody in your life who is looking for attention by any means necessary. And in order for you to say something to them or leave them alone or bring attention to what they're actually doing, it's going to have to be perfect time, and you're going to have to wait for the right time to do that, okay? To anyone that's in here right now, this is a collective reading. We have the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles is someone who is going to get answers for the value of something. Is this a relationship that you should keep? Is this a relationship that you should value? Is this even worth holding together? All right. A lot of people who want attention, no matter the cost, they are someone who is jealous. They are someone who wants to be on the forefront. They don't care who they have to step over or who they have to step on to make that happen. And then we also have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is saying that you need to keep up with what they are doing. Okay? That's what you need to do. Keep up with what they're doing, because you will finally realize that they are trying to step on your toes. Okay? But that's the divine timing. You have to keep up with what they're doing, because sometimes they do things that really aren't worth damaging a friendship. It's not really worth letting them go. But if you keep up with what they're doing, then soon they will hurt you, or they may even spare you. Okay? That's what these cards are saying right now. Is this relationship worth keeping around? Just stick around to see, because you might be the factor that, there we go. The Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is finding answers, trying to help them have an aha moment. Like, you know what? I'm doing too much. That's what your friendship means to them. You can actually speak some sense into them. Stick around long enough for it to catch up with them, so that you can see whenever things fall apart for them, and you should be the voice that they need to hear in order to get their life together. Because like I said, they will try to get attention at any expense. It doesn't matter who they hurt or what they do. And the Knight of Cups is, oh my gosh, all these, yeah, I like that. Court cards. The Knight of Cups is somebody who offers their empathy, somebody who offers sympathy, somebody who says, hey, it doesn't have to be like this. I understand what you're going through. Maybe you don't see what you're going through, but let me pour into you so that you know that you don't have to do that. You can stay in your own lane. Some people try to keep up with the times. They want to be like everyone else. They don't do what everyone else does, but they want to be rewarded the way other people are rewarded. They want to be seen the way someone else is seen. So you keep up with what they're doing, and they're trying to keep up with the Joneses. But all in all, you are the one who comes and speaks to them and says, look, what you're doing is not working. You got a whole lot going on right now, and let me pour into you. As your friend, let me pour into you. And this is one of those things where you don't have to wait until they hit rock bottom, because you're not the only person that this person knows. They deal with other people too. It's just maybe one of those things where people let them get away with what they say, let them get away with what they do. And this reading is actually speaking to me, right? Sometimes we say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But then Cat Williams, the comedian, also said, I'm on my second chance. Sometimes we give people chance after chance to see if they see what's going on. But once you get to a person who doesn't want to apologize, once you get to a person who doesn't want to apologize, it's like, okay, I've done all I can do. But these cards are saying that you need to be that voice of reason for them. And some people just aren't going to see their worth. But whenever we come up with the Page of Cups, I cannot believe I'm getting so many court cards. With the Page of Cups, this is saying that they can be easily impressed, or they can easily see where you're coming from when you pour into them. When people don't have anyone pouring into them, they feel worthless. It's just like when you have a job and you're working hard and you're coming in on time and your boss just says, hey, good morning, but they don't say, hey, thank you for being one of the people who really pulled through. Thank you for being the hardest worker. Thank you for getting this done on time. Thank you for being so pleasant. Like when you don't get the praise for doing what you're supposed to do, then sometimes people will act out and try to do what other people do. Their integrity goes out of the window. And that's why this divine timing is saying, don't give up on them, because you may not be the problem. Y'all know the love languages, how some people like words of affirmation. Some people like to be reminded that they are a good person. That's what this person needs. It could be your friend. It could be your sister. It could be your mother. It could be your father. It's just somebody that you are close to, and you may realize that they're doing too much, but they don't realize how much they're doing. They just feel like they have not been seen. And that's why they're trying to keep up with what everyone else is doing. But as a friend, it is your duty. It is your duty as a friend to see the value in this friendship, to see the value in that person. Whatever you are thankful for. Maybe you're thankful for the laughs that they give you. Maybe you're thankful or grateful for the fashion information that they give you. Or maybe they put you up on some game of something and it may seem very small. Or maybe they offer to give you gas in your car. Even though you said no, just let them know, hey, you are appreciated. I want to give you your flowers. I want to build you up today. I want to pour into you. Maybe I don't say this often enough, but girl, I love you. Girl, I really like being around you. You're one of those people who really brightens my day. You have the best outfit, the prettiest skin, and the straightest teeth I have ever seen. Pour into that person so that they can be themselves, because somebody has to pour into them. It's hard to look in the mirror and build yourself up sometimes when no one else is doing it, because you don't see what everyone else sees, and maybe everyone else doesn't see what you see, but you know there's something there. But no one ever says anything. So on this day, this card is saying pour into someone who seems like they are doing too much just to be seen. It's hard being out here trying to be yourself or trying to be different. Even though it's highly encouraged, there are steps to that. There is a mental side that comes with being different. There is an emotional side that comes with being different. People talk like you can just wake up and be somebody else, or you can go a different path than everyone else, but everyone needs to be poured into. And this reading may be for someone who is on here. You need to be poured into. Maybe you can ask someone, what do you think about this? Do you remember that time I did that? Or I was thinking about doing this. What do you think about it? Or how do you feel about what I have going on? You want some input. You want some people to show that they care. You want somebody to show that they are paying attention to you and you are not being left behind. And there is nothing wrong with that. But that's what that's what the cards are saying today. Somebody needs attention, and they'll do anything for attention. Instead of just having a conversation and asking people or telling people how they feel, they do all this outlandish stuff to get attention, but it's all in divine timing. If you are on the end of this situation where you are watching someone else put all this effort forward, if you see something wrong in the way they're doing it, if it's something about their actions that turns you off, speak to them, talk to them, reel them back in. Okay? But that's what I have today as a collective for anyone who is out there clout chasing, doing anything for attention, putting themselves out there in a negative light. Pour into that person. Okay? The summertime is when a lot of people get out and they can do things. But there are some people who simply cannot afford to come out the house. There are some people who simply can't afford to go on a trip, or they can't afford to take PTO. They can't afford to lay out of work, and that makes them feel down and depressed. The depressive months are usually when it's cold outside. So fall, whenever it's starting to get cool, some people are still cool and they can still, relate to other people. And then when it gets cold, when people are really in the house, that's when the depression hits. But if nothing builds up, if nothing is started, if nothing changes during the cold months, that depression will follow you right into the warmer months when you should be outside enjoying yourself. But right now, somebody is sitting up by themselves, moping. There may be somebody who is grieving a situation, and they need somebody to call them, text them, pour into them, take them out the house, ask them to dress up, all those things. Okay? So be that light for someone. Or if you are the person who needs to be lifted up, go to your closest person. Whenever you have friends, they want you to use them. Use them for support, emotional support. Tell them how you're feeling. Friendships, relationships, boyfriends, girlfriends, marriages, whatever it is. No, a lot of people do not voice their needs to each other. And that's how a lot of relationships end, because no one's talking. So that's what I have as a collective today. Anyone who stayed around for that, thank you. Thank you for sticking around for that message.